Hello everyone, welcome to the English Echo. We're very happy you're here today. Today we're going to practice English together in a simple and relaxing way. I'm Sam.
And I'm Sophia.
We're happy you're here today.
Let's learn together.
So today we are going to talk about something really interesting. We are going to look at why your own brain might be, secretly tricking you into feeling stressed.
Yes, that is a very common problem for many of us.
Right. And more importantly, we will talk about how changing just one simple word that you say every day can actually stop that stress.
That is exactly what we are going to explore because, many adults want to change their lives, Sam.
Yeah, for sure.
They want to feel happier, calmer, and just more confident. But they often believe that change requires one huge, sudden decision.
Oh, I know what you mean.
Right. They think they need to wake up one morning with a massive amount of motivation.
I have definitely fallen into that trap myself. I think, okay, starting tomorrow, I will completely change my whole life.
You'll do that.
But of course, that never works. The motivation just disappears after 2 days.
It disappears because true change does not happen from big dramatic moments. Change happens through quiet repetition.
Repetition.
Exactly. It happens through very small daily habits.
So I guess it's like we are slowly teaching our brain a new lesson.
Yes, that is a great way to think about it.
Because every time we repeat an action, we are sending a message to our mind.
Yeah.
We're saying, this is the kind of person I am now.
Yes, that is a wonderful way to explain it. The human brain is a very interesting machine, but it works in a very simple way.
How so?
Well, it does not actually care if a thought is true or false. It only cares how often you repeat that thought.
Wait, really? It doesn't care what is true?
No, not at all. If you repeat a small habit, your brain simply accepts it as your reality.
Wow. So if I'm always telling myself I have a stressed person, my brain will actually believe I am supposed to be stressed.
Yeah.
It will just look for reasons to be stressed all day. But if we can change our small habits, we can teach the brain to be stronger and more peaceful instead.
That is exactly right. And to start building that better, more peaceful life, we need to look at the very first moments of the day.
Oh, the morning.
Yes. We need to examine how we start our morning and how we treat our minds when the world is quiet.
The morning is a really difficult time for many people. I know it is for me.
It is hard.
So let's talk about the first habit we should practice to protect our peace. What is it?
Well, the very first habit is simple to say, but hard to do. You must protect the first 10 minutes of your day.
The first 10 minutes. Okay.
Most people wake up, open their eyes, and immediately reach for their phone.
Oh, yeah. Guilty of that.
They read the news, they check work messages, or they just scroll through pictures on the internet.
I mean, my alarm rings on my phone, so the phone is already in my hand.
Exactly. It is so easy to just look at it.
And I immediately start looking at emails. But I've noticed it makes me feel kind of tense before I even leave my bed. It's like waking up and immediately running a race without stretching first.
That is a perfect comparison, Sam.
Why does looking at a screen do that to us?
Because when you look at your phone right away, you are putting your brain into reaction mode.
Reaction mode. What does that mean?
It means before you even have time to think about yourself, your health, or your own goals, you are reacting to the outside world.
Oh, I see.
You are basically inviting other people's problems into your mind.
Wow. Yeah. It feels a bit like letting 100 strangers walk into my bedroom and start shouting at me the second I wake up.
Yes, that is exactly what it feels like to your brain. It is a terrible shock to your mental energy. You start today already feeling behind and already feeling busy.
So how do we fix this? What should we do with those first 10 minutes instead?
You must keep your attention for yourself first. Do not touch the phone. Leave it in another room if you have to.
Just leave it in another room.
Yes. Instead, wake up and just breathe slowly. Drink a glass of water. Or, look out the window and watch the clouds for a few minutes.
That sounds incredibly relaxing.
It is. You are teaching your brain, I am safe and I am in control of my day.
It gives the mind a really gentle start. But let's be honest, after the morning ends, modern life gets very loud.
Oh, definitely.
We are always busy. If we are waiting in line at the store, we look at our phones. If we are driving, we listen to music or talk shows.
Right, we are constantly absorbing information.
Yeah, exactly. Modern life makes silence feel strange.
That is very true. We always want to be doing something or looking at something. But your brain works very hard all day. It gets exhausted.
I get that.
The brain needs a break to clean itself. So our second habit is to leave 5 minutes completely empty.
Wait, leaving 5 minutes empty? Do you mean doing absolutely nothing?
Yes, exactly nothing.
Honestly, Sophia, if I just sit in a silent room with no phone and no music, my anxiety gets worse.
That is very common.
My mind gets very loud, and it starts reminding me of all the emails I haven't answered. How do we get past that panic feeling?
Well, that feeling is completely normal, Sam. Your brain will feel bored and anxious at first.
Because it wants to be busy.
Yes, it is basically addicted to distraction. When you finally sit in silence, all your hidden thoughts come rushing up. But imagine a glass of water with dirt mixed into it.
Okay, a glass of dirty water.
If you keep shaking the glass, the water stays cloudy.
I see.
But if you put the glass down and leave it alone, the dirt eventually sinks to the bottom, and the water becomes clear.
Wow, I love that image. So leaving 5 minutes empty is like putting the glass down.
Exactly. It takes a little time for the dirt to settle, but if you practice this daily, your thoughts will become clearer.
And the stress goes away.
Yes, your stress will slowly decrease because a rested mind can think and process information much better.
That makes so much sense. So once our mind is clear and rested, we can actually start paying attention to the way we talk to ourselves.
Yes. Words have a massive impact on our reality. Your brain is always listening to your self-talk.
Self-talk, that is the voice inside our head, right?
Exactly. It is the way you speak to yourself throughout the day. And we must change the words we repeat.
This is something I really struggle with. For example, as an adult with a busy life, I often say things like, I have to do the laundry today.
Right.
Or I have to finish this report for work. It just feels like a giant list of heavy rules.
When you use the words I have to, your brain hears a command. It feels forced.
It really does.
It feels like someone is stealing your freedom, which naturally makes you feel tired and resistant. But you can change your energy by changing just one word.
Just one word.
Yes. Instead of saying I have to, try saying I get to.
I get to. Let me think about that. Instead of I have to go to work, I say I get to go to work.
Yes. How does that feel?
Wow. That small shift actually changes everything. It turns a heavy rule into an opportunity.
Exactly.
It reminds me that, well, having a job is actually a positive thing.
Yes. I get to buy food for my family. I get to clean my home. It teaches your brain to feel gratitude instead of stress.
That is so simple but so powerful. What about when we are learning something new and difficult? Like learning English.
That is a great example.
Often people will try to speak English and they make a mistake. And they immediately say, oh, I'm terrible at this.
If you repeat, I am terrible at this, your brain accepts it as a permanent fact. It just stops trying to improve.
Oh, that is dangerous.
It is. Instead, change the phrase. Say, I am still learning.
I'm still learning. I like that.
Or you can add one very small, powerful word, the word yet.
Yet. So instead of saying, I don't understand this grammar, you say, I don't understand this grammar yet. That is a very hopeful word. It tells the brain that the story isn't over. Change is coming.
Yes, it keeps the door open for growth. And speaking of growth, we must also look at the promises we make to ourselves.
Promises to ourselves. You know, this makes me think of a friend I used to have. Yeah, if a friend constantly promised to meet me for coffee, but they canceled every single time, I would eventually stop trusting them. And we just stop believing their words.
Yeah.
Does our relationship with our own brain work the same way?
That is a brilliant comparison, Sam. Yes, it works exactly the same way.
Really?
Yes. When you tell yourself, I will exercise tomorrow morning, but you stay in bed instead, you break a promise to yourself.
Ouch. I do that a lot.
When you do this repeatedly, your brain learns that your words mean nothing. You lose self-trust.
And when we lose self-trust, we lose our confidence. That makes so much sense.
It really does.
I always wonder why some people lack confidence even when they are very talented. It's because secretly, they know they don't keep their own promises.
Exactly.
So how do we fix this broken trust?
We repair it by keeping tiny promises. You do not need to set huge, difficult goals. That usually leads to failure.
Right.
Instead, build your confidence slowly. Tell yourself, I will drink 1 glass of water right now. Then drink it.
Or tell yourself, I will make my bed.
And then make it.
Yes. These tasks are incredibly easy. Anyone can do them. But the magic isn't in the difficulty of the task, is it?
No, it is not.
The magic is in the fact that we finished what we said we would do.
Exactly. Every time you finish a tiny promise, your brain says, I can trust you. You are a person of your word.
I love that.
And this brings us to another important habit. We must learn to celebrate finishing, not just starting.
Oh, I have a bad habit with this. Starting something new gives me a wonderful feeling.
Many people feel that way.
I love buying fresh running shoes or getting a new notebook to study a language. It feels so exciting.
It does.
But the excitement fades in a week, and then I just quit. Why do we love starting so much?
We love starting because the brain loves novelty. New things cause a rush of good chemicals in the brain.
So it feels good physically.
Yes. Beginning a new project feels full of hope, and it requires very little real effort.
Right. Buying shoes is easy. Running is hard.
Exactly. But confidence does not come from the excitement of starting. True confidence comes from the quiet pride of finishing.
So buying the new running shoes gives me a quick, cheap thrill. But actually finishing a tough run gives me a deep sense of pride.
Yes. To build this habit, try to finish one small thing completely today.
Just one thing.
Yes, maybe it is organizing just one drawer in your kitchen. Maybe it is sending that one difficult email you have been avoiding.
Just finish one thing. I really like that. We build confidence by keeping promises and finishing tasks.
Exactly.
But as adults, we also have to protect the energy we use during the day. Sometimes I lose energy even when I am just sitting at my desk doing nothing physical.
That is because mental energy is just as real as physical energy.
It sure feels real.
And one of the biggest ways we waste our mental energy is by trying to solve tomorrow's problems today.
So I do this constantly. I will lie on my sofa on a Sunday evening, and I will imagine a terrible meeting that might happen on Monday.
Yes, the Sunday evening worry.
The meeting hasn't happened, my boss hasn't even said anything, but my chest feels tight, my stomach hurts, and I feel completely exhausted. Why does my body react to a fake problem?
Your body reacts because it cannot tell the difference between a real danger in the room and an imagined danger in your head.
Wait, really?
Yes.
It can't tell the difference.
So, when you vividly imagine a future problem, your brain releases stress chemicals. Your heart beats faster. You experience real physical stress for a problem that does not exist.
That is wild. So my body is preparing to fight a bear, but I am just sitting safely in my living room holding a cup of tea.
Exactly.
How can I stop my brain from doing this?
When you notice your body feeling tight with worry, you need to pause and ask yourself one simple question. Is this happening right now?
This is happening right now. Let me test that. Am I getting yelled at by my boss right now? No. I am sitting in my house, petting my dog.
Exactly. That simple question forces your brain to return to the present moment.
And the present is usually fine.
Yes, the present moment is usually much kinder and safer than the awful futures we invent in our minds.
That is a very powerful tool to bring us back to reality. Now, what about situations that are actually happening right now?
What do you mean?
For example, sometimes a coworker will send me an unfair, angry message. My immediate reflex is to type out a furious reply and fight back. It feels impossible to stop.
It feels impossible because your very first reaction is automatic. It is an old habit based on survival and emotion.
Okay.
But the secret is that your second reaction is a choice. Our next habit is to always pause before your first reaction.
So the first feeling of anger is just a reflex. I
Okay.
shouldn't judge myself for feeling angry.
Right. The feeling is natural.
But what I do next is where I have power.
Yes. When you receive that angry message, do not type anything. Pause. Take a slow, deep breath. Count to 5.
Okay, count to 5.
Then ask yourself a different question. Will reacting to this make tomorrow better?
Will reacting make tomorrow better? Honestly, if I send a furious message back, we will just have a massive fight. Tomorrow will be a disaster. I will have more stress.
Exactly. By pausing, you realize that sometimes doing nothing is the strongest choice you can make.
Wow. Doing nothing is strong.
Yes. You choose to protect your peace instead of fighting.
So avoiding unnecessary arguments saves our mental energy.
It does.
But I have noticed something else. On some days, I don't argue with anyone. I just run normal errands, like going to the supermarket or deciding what to cook for dinner.
Normal daily things.
Yeah. But at the end of the day, my brain still feels completely drained. Why is that?
Because of something called decision fatigue?
Decision fatigue.
Yes. Every day, modern life forces us to make hundreds of small choices. What shirt should I wear? Should I reply to this email now or later? What should I eat for lunch?
It's strange to think that choosing a shirt or a sandwich uses the same mental fuel as solving a big problem at work. Is that really what's happening?
It is exactly what is happening. Think of your brain's energy like the battery in your mobile phone.
Okay.
You start the day at 100%, but every single choice you make, no matter how small, uses a little bit of that battery.
So by 3 o'clock in the afternoon, my battery is down to 20% just from deciding small, unimportant things. No wonder I feel too tired to study or exercise in the evening. How do we stop wasting the battery?
We must make fewer unnecessary decisions. You can do this by creating simple daily routines.
Like what?
Well, I have heard that many successful leaders wear the exact same style of clothing every single day. They do not want to waste their brain's battery on choosing an outfit.
That makes a lot of sense. If I decide to eat the same healthy oatmeal for breakfast every Monday through Friday, I never have to think about it.
Right.
The decision is already made. I keep my battery full for the things that actually matter.
Exactly. Saving your energy helps you focus on personal growth. But we must remember that personal growth takes a very long time.
It does.
This brings us to a habit about patience. We must stop judging our progress every single day.
Okay.
Let me give you an image to explain this. Imagine you plant a tiny seed in the dirt in your garden.
Okay. I am imagining a little seed in the dark soil.
If you wanted that seed to grow into a strong plant, would you dig it up every single morning to check if the roots were growing?
No, of course not. If I dig it up every day, I will kill it. The seed needs time, darkness, and quiet to grow.
Exactly. Growth is quiet. It happens where we cannot see it. But human beings do this to themselves all the time.
How do you mean?
They start a new habit, and they constantly dig themselves up to check for progress.
Oh, I see people do this at the gym.
Yes.
They lift weights for 3 days, and then they stare in the mirror, feeling depressed because they don't look like a completely different person.
Right. Or language learners do this too.
Oh, for sure. Learners study English for 2 weeks and get frustrated that they cannot understand a fast movie perfectly.
Yes, we are too impatient. We expect loud, sudden changes. But change doesn't work that way.
So what should we do instead?
We need to stop asking, am I there yet? And instead ask, did I show up today?
Did I show up today? I love the kindness in that question. It means success isn't about crossing a finish line. Success is just ordinary days, repeated over and over.
Exactly, Sam. You repeat the small habits, and then one day, months later, a problem happens. You handle it calmly without getting stressed, and you suddenly realize, wow, I have completely changed without even noticing the process.
That is a very comforting thought. It takes the pressure off of today.
It really does.
But Sophia, let's talk about the very end of the day. When I finally get into bed and turn off the lights, my brain does something terrible.
What does it do?
Starts reminding me of every mistake I made that day.
Ah, yes. That is a very common and frustrating experience for many people.
It is exhausting. I will lie in the dark, and suddenly I am remembering a stupid comment I made at lunch or an email I forgot to send.
Yes.
Sometimes my brain even reminds me of an awkward conversation I had 5 years ago. Why does our mind attack us when we are trying to sleep?
It feels like an attack, but your brain actually thinks it is helping you.
Helping me.
Yes. This is an old survival mechanism. Thousands of years ago, humans needed to remember danger in order to survive.
Oh, I see.
Your brain is bringing up past mistakes so you can analyze them, learn from them, and avoid danger tomorrow.
So my brain thinks remembering mistakes will keep me safe. But the problem is, if I only focus on my failures every night, my brain will start to believe that my whole life is a failure.
Exactly. You are training your brain to see the negative. That is why our final habit is so important.
What is it?
You must end every single day by collecting one win.
Collecting one win. How do we do that?
Before you fall asleep, intentionally stop the negative thoughts and ask yourself, what is one thing I did well today?
Does it need to be a big achievement? What if I had a terrible day where everything went wrong at work?
It does not need to be big at all. Especially on hard days, the win can be incredibly tiny.
Like what?
You can say, today was a bad day, but I drank 2 glasses of water.
Oh, okay.
Or I was very stressed, but I took 10 deep breaths. Or even simply, I got out of bed today.
So by forcing myself to find one good thing, I am slowly rewiring my brain.
Yes.
I am teaching it to look for positive moments. And that positive feeling probably releases relaxing chemicals in the brain, right?
Yes, it does. You replace the stress chemicals with peaceful chemicals.
That is amazing.
You teach your brain that progress exists, no matter how small, and you allow yourself to fall asleep feeling a little bit of pride instead of anxiety.
These habits are completely brilliant, Sophia. We covered so much ground today.
We really did.
We talked about protecting the first 10 minutes of the morning so we don't start the day reacting to 100 screaming strangers.
Yes. And we also discussed changing our self-talk from I have to I get to, and remembering to add the word yet.
We learned about keeping tiny promises to rebuild our self-trust and celebrating the finish line instead of just the starting line.
And we explored how to protect our mental battery by not solving tomorrow's problems today, pausing before we react in anger, and making fewer daily decisions.
Finally, we learned to leave the seed in the dirt. We stop judging our daily progress, and we end the day by collecting one small win so our brain can sleep in peace.
The most important thing for all of our listeners to remember is this: you do not need to change everything by tomorrow.
That is so true.
Please do not try to do all of these habits at the same time.
That is great advice. Trying to do all of them would just drain the mental battery we talked about.
Exactly. Change isn't dramatic. It is quiet repetition.
Yes.
So we invite you to choose just one of these habits. Pick the one that sounds the easiest for you. Repeat it for 1 week.
Just one habit for one went. Your past mistakes do not have to be your future identity. You can always start building a completely new path today.
What small habit will you choose to repeat?
Thank you for listening to The English Echo.
Keep practicing English every day.
Small steps can make a big difference.
See you in the next episode.